And what level of digital activism has there been in Russia and the other countries of the former Soviet Union?
Digital activism in the more closed societies, shall we say, in Russia and Kazakhstan, for example, is mainly focused on social issues and environmental issues, not so much on civic activism and political activism. Say in Russia, one of the first very successful digital mobilizations was around the forest fires. So people were mobilized to help the families affected. There was an interactive map of the fires, and it was one of the biggest and first such examples of digital activism. In Kazakhstan, likewise, social issues take precedent. In other countries that are smaller, for example, in Georgia, social networks are widely used for political activism. Facebook had a pivotal role in mobilizing people to protest against police brutality in 2011. In Moldova, another smaller country, Twitter is very prominent, and the digital activism in Moldova led to a government change, and people were mobilized to come out and protest against rigged elections via Twitter, and it was even dubbed Twitter Revolution because something that started on social networking actually led to tangible, real political change.
And what has the state done in each of those countries to try and counteract this wider and more open means of communication?
Yes, this is an important point to make, that the internet is the freest platform. Even in the countries with very heavy censorship of legacy media, such as Kazakhstan, internet provides diversity and media pluralism that is really unprecedented. So, of course, authorities notice that and react to that, but react to that with a varying degree of clampdown. In Kazakhstan, in terms of restrictive internet regulation, I think, is number one. It really follows China's hardware approach. It recently adopted a set of laws,
filtering
and blocking and DDoS attacks. It also was one of the pioneers, if we can use this word when it comes to restrictions, one of the pioneers in equating internet content with media content in general. There was a set of internet-related laws that basically made any content, including user-generated, subject to the same laws that apply to traditional media. What it means in reality is that if there's a website that has commenting function and a comment is deemed offensive or defamation laws can be applied to it, then the whole website can be blocked and people persecuted. The defamation is a criminal offense in Kazakhstan, and so now it applies to the internet too. Russia, for the longest of time, Russian government basically ignored the internet because the main news consumption platform in Russia is television, and the government invested very heavily into television and into digital switchover of terrestrial television to strengthen government control over the airwaves, because it reaches the entire country, and particularly in remote areas where there is no internet infrastructure, it's the main and sometimes the only source of information. But now internet is slowly catching up and is becoming a source of news. So Russia is also moving in the direction of Kazakhstan, but has not yet adopted the laws that are quite as restrictive as Kazakhstan. In other countries, smaller countries, there are no restrictions, and internet generally remains the freest platform, and the government is not trying to clamp down on it.
If you were to compare Russia and China, would you say that the moment has passed when Russia can really adopt a Chinese approach to
I think so.
internet
Yes,
control?
I think they were too slow. Really, yes. I think it's too late for Russia. It would require enormous investment, and I can't see that coming.